Now it's time to welcome our next guest speaker. The session's titled, How to Scale Your MSP from 250K to 5 million annual revenue. Well, when you put that many zeros on any number, you got my attention. So let's hear all about it from Ian Luckett. Please welcome Ian.
Thank you. Right, let's wake this up a little bit, shall we? Okay. Hands up, who wants to be happy? That's a good start. Hands up, who wants to be sad? And hands up, who's not going to put your hand up no matter what I ask? Right, okay, yes, thank you, Michelle, that's absolutely brilliant. So what do I mean when I'm talking about your happy place? So for many technical business owners, what we mean is that you're rummaging around in cables in the server cabinets, you're fixing P1 issues, and you're stuck in the technical side of the business. And there's this whole thing about how to scale and grow your business, which is all working on the business. And it's uncomfortable. But what we know at the MSP Growth Hub is that if you stay in your technical happy place, it's going to eventually make you sad. So today we're going to be talking a lot about how to grow and scale your MSP. But we want to be happy doing it, don't we? Isn't that the whole point of what we're trying to achieve here, is enjoy what we're doing? So how many business owners have we got in the audience today? How many of you guys own the business? Great, a couple of you. How many of you are in a senior leadership team, or you're entrenched within the organisation of a tech business? And how many of you are just waiting to get out on the track? Right, that's a good start. So look, we're going to talk about the 5 key principles today on scaling your MSP. These are those 5 key principles. You don't need to take photos yet. There'll be plenty of opportunities later on. But this is something that really worries us. We did some research, and between 2016 and 2023, it hasn't really changed. MSPs failed, 95.7% of MSPs failed to scale above 1 million. And the reason for that is manifold. It's because there's a lack of confidence, there's a lack of skill set, there's a lack of letting go. And today I want you to decide, what do you want to be? Do you want to be the 96%? Or do you want to be in the 4%? The ones that scale past. Because you can do it, but it's going to take certain steps and certain actions and a bit of a change of your mindset to do just that. So if you are happy running your business, and you are delighted with all the results that you've got, I am actually truly happy for you. And we love meeting up with happy MSP business owners, because it's a great place to be, because that's what this is all about. However, if you're not happy and it's a bit of a grind, then this afternoon, 2:30, over the way, you need to come to the masterclass where you will be properly fire-hosed and given you loads of information to help you walk away with some actionable tips and tricks, glad I said that right, to help you take into your business tomorrow, or once you recover, probably back next week, and really to start making some difference in changing that needle and moving you from the 96 to that 4% that we've been talking about. So the one thing that we know is that your business will grow to the size of your thinking as an owner, and even as a team. But what that really means is your business will only grow to the size of your thinking. So it depends what you're thinking about. It depends who you're trying to connect with, which vendors you're trying to use, which people you're looking to help uplift you in your organisation, onto the result of this slide here. Because ultimately, we want to move you away from being unhappy to be happy and enjoying what you're doing. So, does it feel like this? Monday morning comes along, it's organised chaos. We've got tickets left over from the night before, the weekend before. The team are not really doing what they're doing properly because I haven't got the confidence to have a difficult conversation with them. The processes aren't working. Some of the systems have gone down, and your really needy clients are just absolutely on the phone all the time. You know what you want to do with your business, right? You've got this kind of vision on how you want to grow it, but no one else gets it. It's just like banging your head against a brick wall all the time. And when you start looking at the team, and when you start understanding who you've got in the team, the organisation, and how you're connecting them, you turn around and say, look, let's just come on, let's just do this, let's just change this, let's go for a different type of customer. They just don't get it. They just look at you like you've come from Mars or something. And that's sometimes because there's a bit of a lack of engagement. Marketing. Who loves marketing in their business? I bet you lie about other stuff as well. Isn't it hard? It's bloody hard work, isn't it? Marketing an MSP. Because this is the story, isn't it? You just don't stand out from your competition. You're the same as everybody else. You're selling technology because it's not your happy place. It's not a place that you like to be. But once we get the marketing right, and again at 2:30 we're going to give you some really great information on how to change that colour, then you will really get into a great place. Because no one likes to ask for sales, do they? No one likes, what's this social media? What have I got to do LinkedIn for? Creating content and all of that stuff. And people don't get it anyway. So I put a couple of posts out and I wrote a blog and no one bought from me. So marketing doesn't work, does it? I'm just going to go back to looking after referrals. But this is the big one that we see. You're the bottleneck. Because of a lack of confidence, because of a lack of, you've grown this business up all the way up from startup, all of a sudden you're in a place where I'm not going to let go. I don't trust you to do this. I don't think you're going to do a good enough job. If I let you talk to that client, they're going to leave because they want me. They want me all the time. And it isn't true, because the opportunity now is to get a little bit more organised. And what I mean is to understand and learn the fundamentals of business growth, not the technical side of things, but the fundamentals of business growth. And it's really quite straightforward. It doesn't need to be complicated, and it isn't complex. So it's getting organised, getting a plan together. Business plans, who gets excited about business plans? No one. One person, congratulations, well done. It is a really exciting place, because when you've got your business plan in place, and something then happens and you go and distract, you can go and deal with that problem, that issue, maybe a little pandemic, something like that, and then you can pop back and pick up your business plan again and you know where you left off before. If you don't have a plan, then all you're going to do is jump around looking after the shiny ball syndromes and probably go around all these stands, however much we love them all, and just buy the next best thing because it's something nice and shiny. We have a clinic at the Growth Hub where we bring our clients in and we kind of detoxify them from the vendors, or some of the vendors, because they have so many systems, and some of them do the same thing, but they have so many, it just complicates things. So getting a plan is really important. So your team are also really important. Essentially, right, if you know your data, you've built a great team and you've got a runway, you've got a really good business in any kind of business. So leveraging your team, understanding how they can lift you up, how they can push you, how they can stress you, because they are going to be working at a higher level than you are. Because this is what it's around, isn't it? It's about doing what you want to do, enjoying time with your friends and family, having some great experiences, and maybe, if you're lucky, but unlike me, because it's just gone a bit Pete Tong today, not get out on the track, you might even want to treat yourself as well. So, whether you like it or not, as an MSP, you're on the MSP journey. This is how it goes. Start the business up. Great, we're in survive mode. All of a sudden, we're actually making some profit. Then there's a few costs come in. 1 month's good, 1 month's bad, and as they say on YouTube or whatever it is, and as Mourinho would say, some days it's good, and on some days it's a bit shit. Now, we're inside. It's grinding. You are grinding every bloody day. It's hard work. Me dependent, I've got to do absolutely everything. You can get to about 400k in this state. All of a sudden, you jump over. You go over a gap, and you get to drive. And drive is a really interesting place, because all of a sudden, the worries about you not making money have gone away. You're chasing stuff, so it's better than grinding, but you're chasing stuff, and every day, your battery's flat at the end of it as you get home, and you're driving. And as you're moving forwards, anywhere between 450 and 750k, but I'm needed to do anything. If I go on holiday, it's going to kind of like start to fall apart. Do you want me to stand still? And it's going to fall apart. But then all of a sudden you start to get a little bit more traction, and then we move up into a space called Thrive. Now, Thrive is a really exciting place because I'm now starting to direct things. I'm feeling a bit leveraged. My team's feeling pretty good. They're helping me. They're supporting me out. I'm getting anywhere between 750 and that dreaded, 7 figures. We're going to get ourselves over that 7 figure. But I'm starting to empower people now, and it's starting to get exciting. But Thrive is a fragile place. And we see many MSPs dip between Thrive and Drive all the time. And why is that? You might have one client who's your key client, and you might have one tech who is a key tech. If one of them leaves, your world's fallen apart and you bump back down to Thrive again. Does that resonate with anyone who's in that position where you might have a bit of a dependency on that? I'm worried if you're saying that, Dan, but I don't believe that for a moment. So look, we're in a great place now. We're empowering, we're driving all the way forwards. And then we know we're good enough to run this business. And we get into a place called Arrive. So I'm not needed anymore. I'm actually not dependent anymore. I can go and do other things, maybe do a bit of M&A, maybe you can do some other activities, building a great team, looking for particular clients. You're inspiring everyone. People come to work for you because they love you. They enjoy working for you, rather than just being a techie, banging the keyboards, working away. So it's an exciting place. But the challenge here is between each level, there's a gap. And there's stuff in that gap. And that gap is almost like oil, and you'll slip and you'll move up and down through the different phases. And sometimes people say to myself and Stuart, who run the Growth Hub, what do you guys do? And we say, well, we're gap fillers. We just help you go up that gap. We help you stay up that gap. And again, because this is actually a bit of a pitch deck, 2:30, over the way, let's fill it up. Let's cause them a bit of a problem with their seating. And we'll teach you, go into the detail on all of this kind of great stuff. So where are you on the MSP journey? And where do you want to be? And what do you need to do to get where you want to be? That's the key thing. So let's share with you now the 5 key principles. The first key principle is igniting your strategy. I want you to get excited about what you do and where you want your business to go, right? Because if you're excited about it, what's going to happen with your teams? Are they going to be excited about it, or are they just going to sit there and just kind of get a little bit bored as they're kind of going along? So I want you to think about, where's the business going? What do you want to be? What's the culture? Who do you want to employ? Who do you want to employ as clients? And get really excited about bringing that strategy forwards. I want you to find A players. So it's who finds recruitment hard? What a nightmare. Absolutely, sometimes, particularly in the UK, hard work trying to get right people. But you've got this line of A players, and they're the key people that are going to help drive your business. Anybody knows anything about building teams? You need to have different types of people in the team to make the team work really well. But your A players are really important because they're the ones that are going to push you and help you to drive up and push above and ignite the strategy we just spoke about. I want you to know your numbers. I don't want you to know your bank balance. I want you to know your numbers. And what we mean by that when we're talking about knowing your numbers, we're talking about profitability per client. How efficient are your team? What is your cash flow? What is your investment? How many assets have you got? When you need to go and employ your team and build in A players, can you afford to do it? It's really understanding the depths of the details in the numbers and understanding that in your business. Here's the marketing slide. New client runway. I want you to build a new client runway. So we've got new clients coming in every single week. You can do it. It's complicated, a little bit complex. It's a little bit out of your comfort zone, but you can do it. So I want you to build your marketing machine so that people come and buy from you, and they buy the business outcomes. They don't buy the tech. You solve the problems with the tech after they've told you what their issues are, once you've had a great conversation. And then people will come and buy from you rather than you having to go and sell to them. Because selling's quite difficult. And then finally, I want you to optimize your relationship and your revenue. Your existing clients, easiest way to grow a business is sell more to your existing clients. Why? Because they know, like, and trust you. Simple. Don't have to do any marketing, don't even really need to talk to them too much. Just bring in a new product, do a bit of white space analysis, and before you know it, you know exactly who you need to have a conversation about to keep them safe and to help grow your income. This is your golden goose in your MSP. Keep feeding it, look after it, and guess what will happen? It's going to keep on looking after what you're doing. So the 5 key steps. I want you to ignite your strategy and get excited about what you're doing. That will be infectious energy that will then come across to your teams. Find A players to help leverage your time. Get to know your numbers properly, not your bank balance. Build your own new client runway. And I want you to optimize that relationship and that revenue. Because remember, your business will grow to the size of your thinking. Now, I know that you're all busy and you've invested a bucket load of time, energy, money to come here today. So I just want to say, just be really careful. Kind of like what you need to do to the next step to get you up into that journey. Stay focused. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful where you get your advice from. Make sure it keeps you focused. That's the key and the most important thing. And before we go, I think actually, just before we get to the last little bit, I've got 1 second left, Jeff. I'm good. I'm just going to have a quick picture with these guys. Make it look like you want to be here. Fantastic. Before you go, I want you to decide whether you want to be the happy guy. And if you are the happy guy, then I'm really chuffed for you. Or girl, sorry, lady. And let's prevent people from being unhappy. And it's your time to choose now. Do you want to be 96%? Or do you want to be in the 4%? If you want to be in the 4%, 2:30, over the road. Last time I'm going to say it, just before I wrap up. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed this little show. See you later.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, just to remind everybody that this is just a taste of your bigger set, just a sample of it. It's like getting like that pastry, David. You get a little taste of it, and then you want to have some more. So if you want to have some more, 2:30.
2:30 over the other side.
It's the Academy stage, but it's past the accelerator stage. It's tucked in behind. It's the Academy stage, like a theater, right?
All right. It's over there.
Just trust me, I got this.
Is that good, man?
Wonderful. Thanks again. I appreciate your time.
Lovely stuff. Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ian.
Cheers.